We have Coach Rhule here. Answer questions you guys have for him. Just a reminder, please use the raise hand button if you have any questions for Coach. With that said, we should be good to get going. Coach, do you want to open it up or do you want to go right into questions? Okay, cool. Hey, Rob, you need to unmute Coach's mic.
Okay, sorry about that.
Cool. That should be all good now. All right, let's go to Josh Graham to start.
Coach, you said you wanted to watch the tape on Sam. After doing so, how would you evaluate his performance?
Well, Sam played well. They made some big time throws, some good third down conversions. Obviously, the turnover can't happen, especially in a game like that where the defense is playing so well with that field position. There's no reason. But I thought the rest of the game, there's some things we have to clean up. But I thought he played a good game for his second game.
And what did you see on the block field goal?
Just lack of execution by the left end and to a smaller degree the left tackle. So it wasn't, that we talked yesterday, was it a low kick? The guy came in untouched.
All right, let's go to David Newton for the next question.
Hey, Matt, can you kind of update us on how Christian's recovering? I know you said it was cramps yesterday, but any concern about him moving forward to be full 100% for Thursday?
No concerns.
All right, next question, Darren Gant.
Matt, you mentioned yesterday that the offensive line played well. In your opinion, after looking at it again, do you still think that? And what were things that stood out to you about that group's performance yesterday?
Like everything else, there's some good, there's some bad. Didn't run the football well. Didn't run the football well enough. I think 2.7 yards a carry. So that we have to improve that. You went into the game with a big focus on protection, the big focus on the twist game, and I thought they handled that excellent. I thought it was excellent. So some of the sacks on one on a running back, one was a nice play by the defense, but. So I think it was a step in the right direction in terms of protecting the football. We have to be better in short yards. We have to be better down the goal line area. But I think, like I said, I think a step.
Is there a sense that Elfline could be available, or do you not know that yet?
I think I don't expect Elfline to play. I'd say he's out for the game.
Let's go to Will Palachik next, followed by Antonio Ramos.
Matt, with everything that's involved with their opponent coming up, quarterback questions, short week, on the road, how would you grade this challenge for your team?
It's this week, it's just what's next, and so we have to get ourselves right. There's a lot. The kicking game yesterday was woeful. We have a lot of things to do to improve, and so. I think Coach Culley's done a fantastic job there, just watching their first two games so far on offense, defense, and special teams. They're well put together. They have an identity. Lovey Smith as a defensive coordinator. It's a defensive line that plays unbelievably hard, tremendously active, great linebacker play. So there's a lot of things for us to prepare for, and it's a very unique offense. It's a pro style offense that has a lot of college concepts as well, a lot of RPOs, a lot of quarterback run game, quarterback RPO game. I don't know who will prepare for it quarterback. So I think we just have to make sure that we're really sound to what we do. And some of the things we've done the last few weeks in terms of some of our defensive personnel packages will have to adjust.
And just real quick, as a follow-up, anybody else you're concerned with injury-wise outside of Elfline?
Yetur, concerned with Yetur for Thursday.
Hey, Matt, good to see you. More good news for your defense this week now that AJ Boy's suspension is over. What's the plan with him, and if you expect a big role for him this Thursday?
Yeah, I'm not sure on the role yet. We have to see, sort of his conditioning level once he gets back to the practice field. I think he's done a good job rehabbing and staying in shape. We just have to get back to playing a little football with him. So, he's available. We'll put together a game plan and see how he fits in.
All right, let's go to Scott Fowler next.
Matt, this is another defensive secondary question, but I wondered if they seem to be really covering well, and I wondered if you could speak to that. Who's particularly doing well? And I'd like you to sort of evaluate J.C. Horn so far.
Well, I think they've done a really nice job. They haven't been super tested, just because of the pressure. I think we'll find out truly once, someone has 4, 5, 6 seconds. I think they're working really well together. I think JC is doing a nice job. I think really, to me, the thing that stood out, it's not quite your question, but allow me to say this, is I thought Dante Jackson really showed up in the run game. I mean, when you have, a premier cover corner that will also tackle. I mean, he triggered on the run yesterday. He triggered on the balls in the flat. I was really, 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 really pleased with the way Dante played. So I think we're covering well. That being said, when a quarterback has had time, there's some, he hit that deep dig, then they hit the 4 verticals, hit the seams. So, some things we have to clean up. But I think they're all working well together. And they have a very humble mindset in that room. They prepare at a really high level, which is important. So JC, I thought did some good things though in the game.
Thanks.
Let's go to Jonathan Alexander next.
Matt, what was Yetur's injury and how serious was it?
I can't comment on the length of it yet or anything like that, but just got his ankle rolled.
And also, how might you address kickoffs? I don't know how many touchbacks you had, but would you stay with Gonzalez or would you go with Joe, or do you know yet?
Joe Charlton. Yeah, he's not a kickoff guy. Yeah, I mean, we know bringing Zane in here. We're not gonna be kicking touchbacks. We're gonna kick the ball down. We can't kick it to the 4-yard line, but we're gonna be kicking the ball down inside the 5, and hopefully in the end zone, and we're gonna have to cover kicks. And so, I think our guys maybe, again, nothing special teams wise was good enough yesterday. So I think maybe we lulled to sleep a little bit by, hey, we haven't really had to cover kicks. We're going to cover kicks. And so there's a lot of teams in the NFL, a few teams in the NFL that purposely kick the ball down to the goal line and cover and try to, tackle you inside the 25. So I think if we can add elite kickoff coverage to our defense, that'll help us, change field position. So this was, one of the things that we knew coming in, and we chose, accuracy or field goal accuracy over the big leg. So, we'll have to cover kicks.
Let's go to Joe Person.
Matt, given that, would you look at Dominic this week?
No, Zane's going to kick for us.
And how do you, like you said, a lot of teams do that on purpose. How do you kind of work on that? Do you change personnel at all in terms of your coverage guys? Because I think they were starting out past 30, 35 a lot yesterday.
Yeah, I just think I think I put that on us as coaches. We didn't have them ready for it. We knew he was one of our keys to victory for the game was, how much respect I have for 11 as a returner. So, we have to be better. I think once they kind of adjusted the last one, I think we tackled them inside the 25. So a lot of it was just lane discipline. We have really good guys, coverage guys, and we have a bunch of guys who are on this team because of their ability to cover kicks. And so I think this will be a wake-up call for everybody. Like, we all have a job to do, coaches and players, and on the special teams, if we don't cover kicks, if we don't make field goals, if we don't block, we're not going to be a good team. So I think our whole team saw just how important this is going to be.
And then real quick, has your staff already started kind of looking at Stanford tape of the Texans quarterback?
No, we did him coming out, the offensive staff. Defensively, we have preseason games. We have this past game. I think as much as anything, we have to defend their whole offense, so, we're going to prepare for everything. I think Phil finished the game yesterday and showered and came upstairs to the office and started working on the Texans. And so, our defensive coaches were working on the Texans last week at the end of the week after Saints prep was done. So this is a short week, and especially early in the year, there's still a lot of questions about who the other team is, what they do. As I said, I think you can really see their identity on tape. So we have to just go out and play our best game and execute.
All right, let's go back to Scott Fowler and then Jonathan Alexander.
Matt, we've asked you about the field goal a couple of times now, the long one that was blocked, but I don't think we've asked you about the extra point. So I haven't seen the replay. So after you did, what was the problem?
Yeah, it's just a miss. Yeah, he missed it. There was not very good protection at all. I think sometimes after you get, one blocked, you maybe sometimes speed up a little bit. I thought we finally had the protection right on the last one. And, but that's a miss. And, again, I think, if you can see it on my face, I put that a lot, anytime we have a phase of our game that doesn't play very well, it keeps me up. So the special teams, we work on it. We spend a lot of time on it. We have guys on the roster, we keep just because of their ability to play special teams. And so, I didn't get it done yesterday. And I don't put that on Chase. I don't put it on, I put it on me first. And so we will play well on special teams moving forward. And I have a lot of confidence in Zane. I mean, early on, first game, we need to protect for him and keep him really calm. It's like a quarterback, if they're under duress, they're going to rush, and I don't want them to rush. And I thought he made the big kick at the end, which we needed to make it a 3-score game, which was important.
Erickson, did that glance off one of your players, the fumble recovery that Erickson
Yeah, it was a huge.
Oh
yeah, it was a huge play in the game, Scott. Like it hit Keith Taylor's foot, and that's one. We're running up. We want to run up and yell Peter and get them all. Get the guys to run out of bounds. It happened later, and JC did a great job of getting out of bounds. Those guys were engaged, and it was such a short kick. It's hard. I was on the sideline screaming at Keith. And I forget maybe Stan, I can't remember who the other guy was, but I was screaming, or maybe Champ, I was screaming at them to get off the field, but they're blocking. Like that's just an unfortunate turn of events. I thought Alex did an amazing job of turning and getting on that ball because, just the type of the day yesterday was, just didn't want to beat ourselves. And so to have a field goal blocked and run back, to have the fumble, interception, whatever it was, and then to have that play, that those are the things you can't do when you have a lead. And so, I thought grateful that Alex got on the ball.
Thank you.
Matt, do you expect AJ to come in right away at nickel? And where do you expect his biggest impact to be?
Like I said earlier, we have to see his conditioning. So we'd like him to play a lot, both at corner and in the nickel. Where exactly he is right now for this week, I'm not sure yet.
And what would he add when he is ready? What would he add to you all?
Well, AJ's a seasoned pro. I mean, when we had him, he's a great cover guy. He's physical, and he sees the whole game. He's unbelievably smart. He's great in the room. He's great with the guys. AJ will bring a lot whenever he's ready.
Let's go to Will Pelagic, followed by Joe Person.
Matt, it seemed like New Orleans really keyed in on the run. What variations and adjustments are you making to make sure that you guys are still able to get, the easy yards when you need to on first and second down when it's a slog like that in the middle?
We have to make blocks. We have to, that's as boring as it sounds. That's really it. I mean, the start of the game off is more of a two deep type of a game. We got up and they, started bringing guys down, started line movement, started bringing pressure. And so when that happens, it's kind of boom or bust. You're hoping you hit one, I think we showed our confidence in Sam. We still threw the ball quite a bit, with those guys down the box. I mean, at the end of the day, when you have DJ Moore, Robbie Anderson, I think Dan Arnold really showed up for us yesterday, which was awesome. When you have those guys, you have to trust your quarterback. And we did. And I think, other than one play, he proved us right a lot. But yeah, we have to continue to work the run game. We have to continue to work running outside zone versus, loaded boxes. And there's a lot of improvement to be made.
That will be Dennis at left guard Thursday.
Yes.
And then what'd you think of John Miller's conditioning and his play?
I thought John Miller was one of the keys to victory yesterday. I thought John Miller, coming in, Wednesday, they were like, I don't know if he'll practice. He practiced, Thursday he practiced, got him, Friday he's running, in between series, he's running, across the field, getting his conditioning back up. I thought Johnny played excellent. It was physical. Him and Timo on the right side, passing off twists, working together. I thought it was really, really good. So I'd say having Johnny back really solidifies us over there. And now we need Dennis to step up and play well, which I know he can.
What was the reason to get more receivers involved in the rotation?
Just was really hot yesterday on the field, so I think we came out of the first game and, Alex had just gotten there. So we were like, hey, let's use Alex a little more. And Zill, we had some plans for Brandon and in the first game, he's always available in some different packages. And I think they just personneled it to get him on the field more. And it was, like I said, that first game was hot. this game's hot. And I think Brandon Zilster showed to me he's going to get open. He's going to catch the football. He's going to make plays. And so, the one slant we threw to him is just a run alert. And for Sam to turn and throw the ball over there shows a lot of trust in him. So, Brandon Zilster is a good player, and it was good to see him make plays. And so that should help us a lot moving forward.
All right, guys, got time for two more. So let's go to Brett Jensen and then finish up with Dave Newton.
Thanks. Real quick, in terms of Zane, what's his distance that he can go? Is it 55, 54, 56 for field goals attempts? And yesterday, Hassan said he actually admitted that he's surprised at how well the pass rush is doing, or how effective and dominant the pass rush has been over the first two games. I know you went out and tried to get a bigger pass rush, but is it even catching you off a little bit off guard how dominant it's been?
I wouldn't say I don't think like that. Like, I don't say like dominant. I mean, I think a lot of those were blitzes. I think the players did a really nice job rushing and beating one-on-ones yesterday. I think Phil had a really nice plan in terms of some of the pressures and guys coming free. And I think, when you cover well, and I think some of our guys dropping out, some of our outside backers don't love dropping into coverage, but when the quarterback's not sure, is he coming, is he dropping, it can create some indecision that we like. And so, I think the big thing is it's kind of coming from everyone. And so that's kind of cultural. Again, at the same time, you also, when you get a lead, it changes the game, right? So first half lead, in the second half, you can really rush the passer. I thought the crowd noise was a big factor. I thought it was loud, and that leads to some indecision. So I think it was just a lot of factors together. And we have really good players and really good pass rushers, and if you stop the run, then and turn them loose. And so I'm sorry, your first part of your question, I'll make sure I answer that was before the pass rush was what?
About Zane and how far back can he go? 54,
Yeah,
55?
I mean, in pregame, I think he was hit one from 58, 56. I mean, I haven't seen those live though yet. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I don't have any concerns with his distance. I think he can go out there. I don't think he's going to go into the 60s, but I think Zane can go to 55, 56, and in a pinch 57, 58.
Matt, you've used the word trust a couple of times here with Darnold, and how much is the trust you've earned through the first two games going to allow you to possibly expand the game plan, their offensive game plan moving forward?
Yeah, I mean, they're doing a lot. We just, I think collectively as an offense, you saw in the first half when everyone just kind of does their job, those guys' talent takes over, and they're going to score points. The second half, when we have miscues and we have missed assignments, we're not going to be as good. So I think as those guys just continue as an offensive staff, as offensive players, just continue to work together, continue to believe in the preparation that it takes and the focus to play one snap at a time. I mean, they played 78 plays yesterday, and as much as anything, the time of possession in the first half, I think, was over 20 minutes for us. Our defense played 48. So we have a short week, but our defense played 46, 40. Some guys played, I think Shaq played 46 plays. So that's a half of some games, so kind of that, team, football, collaborative football, I think is complementary football is important. But, we have a lot of confidence in Sam. At the same time, we're also going to, continue to coach him every day. There's not going to be any days off till the end of the year. There's not going to be any hey, great jobs for all of us, because Sam doesn't want that. Sam wants to get better and he wants to improve. And so we'll coach the good things, we'll coach the bad things. We'll just, all of us, players, coaches alike, we're just going to try to get better. This week for us, it sounds corny, I know, but we're going to try to go 1-0, and we're going to try to improve. Like, people text me and they say, "Hey, congratulations, 2-0," and I just text back 1-0. Last week, all I thought about was beating the Saints. This week, all I'm thinking about is beating the Texans, and that's all I care about, other than my family. So that's what the players and walked in here today, and I was like, what's it going to be like today? And the guys don't have to be in till 12, and I see guys in here, first thing this morning. So there were guys here last night. We asked them to recover after the game if they could. People have families. I'm never here to say don't go see your family. There were guys in here recovering last night. So if we can stay really, really humble and just prepare this week, it's going to be a heck of a game Thursday night, because they're ready to play. You can tell they're playing you watch the Texans, you can tell that they play like a family, like they play like a brotherhood. And so we have a lot of work to do.
All All right, guys, that's gonna do it. Coach, we appreciate the time.
Thanks, guys.